choose the right person. The female lead also acted as a maid to spy. And because the fourth person used to be the daughter of a noble family, so she is also very skillful in handling the female lead. No one noticed her presence during these 2 days. Soon it was afternoon. All the maids were called to the detached palace. Red Hair found that this room had clearly not been cleaned by them, but it was unexpectedly clean. And among all the maids, the new girl who loved to stand out was missing. At this time, Arnold's steward announced the arrival of the Empress. Everyone bowed their heads until the female lead walked down the stairs. Red Hair only then noticed that the Empress Dowager he had always wanted to please turned out to be the newcomer he had looked down upon multiple times. This huge contrast silenced all the maids. The female lead apologized. She deceived people for the sake of better selection. Then the female lead started reporting a few selected names. As expected, they were all newcomers. This was unacceptable to Rainbow Cat. He had been working here for 3 years. According to seniority, he should have been selected. The steward told Rainbow Cat to shut up. The female lead said it's okay, then immediately ordered Hong Mao to resign from the position of maid. This sudden blow made Hong Mao kneel on the ground. She was originally the daughter of a wealthy merchant, but she was forced to become a maid because her family went bankrupt. If she loses her job again, she will truly have nothing left. But the female lead is not a wicked person. She has been observing all this for the past few days. Hong Mao does have the ability to teach new recruits, but it's all verbal guidance. Most of the new recruits are illiterate, so they can't write down what they need to do and then learn it. This reminded Hong Mao of her days as a maid. He couldn't familiarize himself with the process at that time. He wrote down all the things to pay attention to, but he didn't expect that these newcomers couldn't read or write. So teaching once didn't help at all. Realizing his teaching mistake, Red-Haired cried and apologized. At this time, other newcomers also pleaded with the female lead. Although Red-Haired was usually a bit strict, he cared a lot about them. At this moment, the female lead walked over and said that she did need to dismiss Red-Haired indeed, but it was for giving him another job. Because the female lead planned to make all the maidservants literate, so she chose Red-Haired, who had received higher education. He is the teacher's first choice. Suddenly, this good fortune falls on one's own head. The red-haired person was so excited that he almost cried. Soon the news reached Arnold's side. The two butlers were very impressed by the female protagonist's initiative. He looked forward very much. What achievements the female protagonist would make in this country. Arnold was somewhat displeased after hearing this, because his wife is meant to be pampered, not to create benefits for the country or the royal family. After entrusting the task of educating the maids to the red-haired person, the female protagonist began to prepare for her next plan. Because in the first life, he traveled the world as a businessman, and the Chamber of Commerce he was in at that time should have been established not long ago. So he immediately contacted the president at that time, ready to make a little money in this life. This girl never expected herself, with 7 lifetimes of memories, would suffer a failure at the first step of doing business. She thought, just need to find the president of the Chamber of Commerce from the first life. She could smoothly start her plan, but she never expected the other party not only did not fear herself as the Empress, but also clearly stated that they did not want to cooperate. At first, the female lead was a little puzzled, but when she thought that the president was someone who valued profits, he should feel like working with the royal people. Definitely won't make money. So the heroine decisively changed her identity and arrived at the tavern sponsored by the Chamber of Commerce. He clearly stated, I will be in this city next. Think of a business that can make a lot of money. If the president EA, then cooperate again when the time comes. See the other side, like the self-confident person burst into laughter. A just adult young girl, if can bring with oneself earn money. He really wants to study well. Just finish fooling